champs are here. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Mario B coming at y'all with our ICP Season 2. That's 4, but you know what I'm saying, 2 draft analysis. And big shout out to my man Trexo for taking over the commission, I guess, of the league for this season of the ICP. I know Seth was really busy with IRL stuff and all that, so Trexo was like, hey, let's go ahead and run this league. And yeah, I'm helping him out with it a little bit, but big shout out to Trexo. He really took all the big steps. I was doing the baby steps, but he's doing the big grown man steps over here, and he started up the whole league, which is really awesome. So if you guys are hyped to see season 2 run and the champs road to a 2-peat, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you guys are brand new, as always, definitely consider subscribing. I hope y'all like the new intro. I just actually made it a couple days ago, and I love it personally. I realized that I might have to start doing like a little intro in the beginning and then having it hit, just because it, it only being 7 seconds, it kind of doesn't hit the same, but I think it looked great. The outro's gonna look sick too, so stick through it all for that, you know what I'm saying? So ICP season 2, baby, low tiers. I didn't mention that, right? I mean, I'm talking about the whole video, but I didn't mention that it was low tiers. So we're actually doing low tiers, but it's pretty exciting because if y'all haven't noticed, I haven't uploaded in a while, and I needed the break. I really needed it, and I feel like we are just feeling better. I'm feeling like rejuvenated. Taking like a month off felt really good. We were uploading YCL, but it wasn't my team. I wasn't really feeling it, to be honest. I had just came off winning ICP, and I was kind of, I don't want to say burnt out, but just kind of done, I'm just kind of like, you know what, won my chip, let me go take a vacation somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Not really, but metaphorically, of course. But ICP season 2 low tiers, we have an amazing roster of coaches. Make sure to check them out. They will be linked in the description down below. We have Trexo, who's the commissioner. We have my boy Sir Jorge the Great. We have the homie Shea Queza, the homie Cahoots, the homie Q the Costa Rican, the Bay JV. We got like some new coaches in here, like Tone, like TD0, Joe the Flamin, Helios, who's also the homie, and Team Natsu's also the homie. That's actually the whole roster right there. So 12 coaches. We had a budget of 110 Pokemon, 110 points to draft 9 to 12 Pokemon, which in my opinion was stupid broken. We should have kept it at 100, but hey, the league voted on it, not me, so I couldn't really choose, you know what I'm saying? But we got a pretty fun team. I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you guys. This intro will probably be the longest part of the video. I'm gonna try to swoop through, because I know draft analysis aren't always the most interesting things to watch, not to mention that this wasn't even mandatory to upload. I just felt like it. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Right, 110 points, low tiers. We took the same tiers as APA Academy, which is pretty cool. As you guys remember, our team from APA Academy, we actually had a pretty broken team with like Indeedee, Moltres. The core was Indeedee, Moltres, and who was a fighting type? Emily. Stupid broken, right? And we really had a good chance of winning that league, but Shuckle got me with the Tailwind Tech, and respects to him, big ups to him, big respect to him. But yeah, we're back, and we wanted to keep like the same type of core. I'm sorry I keep looking to my right. I'm actually looking for the order that I drafted my team, so I don't butcher it. I sound like I know what I'm doing out here and all that. So we had 12th pick in the draft overall, which is a little unfortunate. They should have gave us like champion perks and gave me the number 1 pick, but hey, I'll take the number 12 pick. It's a wheel pick, helped us establish a pretty good core. So I knew that I really wanted should I just spoil it? Okay, I really knew what I wanted. Like, I knew I wanted one mon for sure that we had in our last APA Academy run. I know I wanted it for the ICP, but I was like, should I grab it? It never let me down. It didn't miss moves. Like, I had to draft it right. So YOLO, we're just gonna talk about it. First pick, baby, was Mulches G, aka Moltres Galar, at 13 points. Man, this mon is broken. This mon is broken. If you can set it up, Nasty Plot, Agility, Hurricane, Fire Wrath. Oh my god, this thing is so broken. And at 13 points, we made a couple tier changes, and this is one thing that we kept in the same tier, and I was like, I have to swoop this up. I have to use this again. It's just so good. It's so bulky. I ran like Rest Talk for like a couple weeks too, and it just really carries its own weight. Like, it's so good here. So had to bring it back. And your boy's a fiend for the Dark Psychic. slash ghost slash fighting core. So I decided to go ahead and pick up, shout out to my mans. Oh man, I love this man so much. Shout out to the homie Grandmaster Dray, who's unfortunately on a little hiatus right now due to some IRL stuff, but we drafted Dray the Snuggler, aka Mimikyu. Homage to my boy out here. And yeah, really excited. Pairing these two up is really nice. It gets our Psychic Fairy Dark Core 2/3 of the way there, and this thing's sitting at 14 points. No one drafted it, and it came back. So I mean, it didn't come back, but like I got it on the wheel, you know. And it's actually really good because I was thinking about saving this, but I actually picked it up, and then Cahoots, who was right under me, told me he wanted it. So funny how things work out, right? But this thing gets access to like Swords Dance, you know, Life Orb is really powerful. I don't even have to run setup every week. This thing, you know, can always take that one hit, which is really nice. You can switch it in offensively, which lately in my games I've been playing really offensively, so I think this will be really nice to switch in. And yeah, same thing with Mulches G, right? Giving us that potential end game setup, you know. I can set up a Swords Dance, I could just sneak everything to death. And man, the synergy between this team is insane. So Mulches struggles to take down what I wish I have it written down somewhere. I wrote down like all the typings and what they can't break, and then I was like, let me go ahead and try to like do it right. So like this thing can't take down, it can't really hit dark types, rock types, ice or fairy types, and this does help it hit those dark types that this thing can't really hit for super effective damage, which is really nice. This thing also hits dragon types, which we weren't hitting before, and I think that's the only typing so far. You'll see the later picks will patch all the holes up for sure, but like I was saying, we're trying to complete our ghost slash psychic, which we have Mimikyu, dark, Mulches G, and fighting type cards. So who do you think I grabbed for fighting types in the low tier? I had to grab my man's Persimmon. And look at this color. I had to mention the color texture, by the way. The color texture, I made it green because if you guys don't know who the Grandmaster Dray is, he's a content creator as well, but he has another team called the it's the Guerrilla Tactics, Los Angeles Guerrilla Tactics, and it's basically Darmanitan, and it's like a matcha green, so I decided to go ahead and leave this colored green. Right here, Persimmon, I'm a Rams fan, baby. LA Rams all day, so we do the Rams logo on there. He's looking fly. The ball that he's carrying is carrying our ICP logo that we had commissioned by Sir Jorge the Great, and we are just looking fly, baby. This is a sick ass design. Shout out to Q the Costa Rican, because he was the one that was like, hey, can you put something on the ball? And I was like, you know what, I think I can. So I did it, and I think it looks amazing. So Persimmon here, finishing out our core, hitting those ice types that, you know, Mulches can't really hit. We are a little bit weak to the fairy with Mulches and Persimmon, but we'll patch that up a little bit later. And yeah, this thing is just stupid overpowered, super bulky, gets Defiant, which is really nice because at this part of the draft everyone was drafting webs, so I was like, how can I punish these web users? You know, I'll go ahead and drop a Persimmon, get a Defiant boost, scarf it or something. You know, I won't really worry about the webs, and I'll just be hitting that +2. So this seems pretty powerful, base 120 attack. I was really debating between Persimmon or Machamp, and I just figured Persimmon is just way too good to pass up at the speed tier. It's just really nice for sure. So Persimmon is going to be coming through with the Rams. I changed its color sprite too. If you notice, the blue is actually a little bit deeper and the yellow is a little bit brighter. I think it just looks amazing. So I was thinking, you know what, we got no hazards. I need some hazards. Something else was like the fairy weakness that I was talking about, right? We're kind of struggling against the fairies with Mulches and Persimmon, so I need something that could switch it on those fairies, even though it's not too prevalent in low tier. You still want something that can switch into it, right? So I went ahead and grabbed Rosarite, aka Laker Girl, because we're rocking the Laker colors, baby. You know what it is. But yeah, just amazing. Gives us spikes, you know, gives us toxic spikes, a grounded poison. Starts off our grass, water, fire core. Like I said, is there for those fairies. Really nice speed tier at 90. And you'll notice something, spoilers, throughout my draft, is I did a really bad job of speed tiers this draft, but everything's around the same speed tier, around the 80-90s. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the butt. But Rosarite right here, looking really nice. She's showing off the pom-poms. And yeah, just really nice for the team, nice support. It does add on to the ice weakness with the Mulches G, but Persimmon is there as a resist. And most ice types are special, but there are physical ones too, right? But like Persimmon can mostly take them rocking an AV. Its def is not that bad if you throw an AV on it. So yeah, really nice here. Psychic types also kind of piling up, but we do have Mulches G, one of the best dark types in the format. So next I was thinking, okay, I can't hit ice types at all, right? I mean, Persimmon does hit the ice types, right? But I wanted a ground type, right? Because electric types are knowing for my Mulches G. What are the typings? I have them all written down, bro. I'm prepared right here. So electric, ice, and rock, I could not hit for super effective damage with the team I had, just Persimmon, right? And Rosarite was covering that up too with the Mulches. With the Mimikyu, I couldn't hit poison, steels, or fire types. Hear that out one more time. Poison, steel, fire types I cannot hit right now, right? Poison, steel, fire. What hits all of them? A ground type. What did I get? Bomb, right? Furia. Let's go, baby. A big shout out because you know, I actually use this color texture based off of an idea that Liv had made this right Furia, and it looked really nice, and I actually hit her up for the file for the color texture itself. She ended up telling me her hard drive got wiped, so I tried my best to recreate it because I really loved it. Yeah, and I think it just looks great still. The lining could be a little bit better, but hey, you know what I'm saying, right? Furia's here. Super excited because, you know, this thing can come in, set up an agility, I mean rock polish right now, agility, but this thing hits basically every other type that we weren't hitting before. Those fire types, steel types, poison types, ice types, rock types, basically everything. It just cleaned up the team really nice. Even the flying types that we didn't hit for super effective damage, we now hit for super effective damage, which I think is really sick. And yeah, now I was looking at my team, like bulky waters, right? Bulky waters, everyone has a bulky water. Low tiers, you're looking at Gastrodon, Jellicent, what other stupid waters are there? Vaporeon, yeah, bulky water types, right? And Rosarite might have to deal with some stuff, you know, dealing with the fairy. Like if a team has a really good fairy, a team has a really good water type, we might struggle to breaking that. So I figured let's grab a really powerful electric type. And I was looking at a couple, right? I was looking at Boltund, I was looking at Jolteon, because they were really low points and I feel like they were kind of undervalued. But that, like stuff like that. Who else was I looking at? I can't remember. Spoilers, we got Zerkatry, baby. And this color texture is sick, because if you watch not watch, but if you read the Spider-Man comics, Electro was actually green and yellow. You played the video games too, in the video games he was green and yellow. But yeah, I think this color texture is like the sickest, and I think I really did my thing with it. So Electro here, it's actually pretty creepy. I never knew Zerkatry had legs like that, but this basically hits the flying typing that we weren't hitting before, for super effective damage. Also gave us a resist, which Rhyperior also played a part in too. But yeah, this thing just basically helps break for Mulches Galar too, because, you know, Mulches Galar Mimikyu is probably going to be the way we win most games in the end game, and the rest is probably just going to be breaking or like support and stuff like that. So yeah, Zerkatry right here, color texture looking sick, and I'm really excited to use it. Last time I played low tiers, I think Leo had it and he was doing really good with it, especially like Specs or Scarf is so good. And you can start seeing those speed tiers I was talking about, right? Speed tiers like only being in the 80s and 90s, but it's okay, we're gonna rock with it. So next, I got really lucky. So I was like, you know, I don't really have the best ground resist, right? Like ground resist is my Rosarite, which is neutral to it. Barrier's weak, Zerkatry's weak, Persimmon, it's not the bulkiest on the defensive end, so it will take a lot from an Earthquake. Mimikyu has a disguise, right? And Mulches G is an immunity. So I was thinking, let's get something to help us against ground types. I also need a psychic type. So Mess Spirit was right down the board just waiting for me, so I swooped it up. Janemba, if you guys watch Dragon Ball Z, this is actually what I modeled it after Janemba, the villain in the movie. So Mess Spirit's really nice. It gives us another rocker, which we had with Rhyperior. Gives us another knockoff one, which I think only Persimmon got at the moment. Yes, I am sure I am correct on that. Also psychic types, man, give us a beautiful psychic type. You know, that psychic, the psychic typing, what was I gonna say? Was it fighting types that I was scared of? I can't really remember, but this thing just helps out so much, being so bulky as well. I was really torn between this and Uxie, but I think my boy Sir Horde the Great ended up grabbing Uxie, or Uxie was like more points and didn't work in my schedule, so I just ended up grabbing Mess Spirit. But really nice here, you know, giving us that psychic stab. This thing also just got access to nasty plot this generation, which makes it a pretty good threat at base 80 speed. It's pretty nice too. And yeah, looking forward to some Mess Spirit. I might be using it more defensive this generation, since it gets a levitate. I can offensively switch it in on a ground type, you know, set up a nasty plot, energy ball, whatever the case may be. Let's move on to the next. So like I was saying, look at my team. I have no removal. Look at my team. I have 0 removal. So I was like, you know what? I got no removal. My team is kind of weak to ice too. Like Mulches, Rosarite, Rhyperior. We're adding really big ice weaknesses. And this thing was still on the board, so I thought let's grab it. We got Cooler, aka the Rotom Frost. Cooler based off of Dragon Ball Z, if y'all watch Dragon Ball Z. I should have done all Dragon Ball Z nicknames, huh, now that I think about it. But yeah, Frieza, Cooler right here. You know, giving us that defogger that we needed very badly for the team. Gives us really nice momentum in Volt Switch, which if you look at my team, I have a lot of momentum right now. I have U-Turn in Moltres, U-Turn in Persimmon. I have Volt Switch in Circuitry. I have U-Turn in Mesphere. I have another Volt Switcher in Rotom Frost. And it's just really nice. Unfortunately, the only form of stab this thing gets is Blizzard, which can move, which can miss. But I think it's still really nice for the team. You know, heavy duty boots help this mon out a lot. And in low tier, I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna be clicking buttons. Base 86 speed, access to defog, really bulky. Base 107 defenses and special defense. Just really nice for the team. It helps the ice weakness. Does double up on that electric typing for the team, but I really don't think it's that bad. Since it does get access to levitate, it's not really the weakest. And our rock resist are pretty fire. And Rhyperior and the Rosarite, and we also get access to Mess Spirit, which can take those rock type hits. So next we brought back a old team member, because he just put in so much work last time. He missed a high jump kick, but it's all good. We forgave him. Benito the Reboot, Benito Bad Bunny, Benito CB, shout out the homie CB. Yeah, Reboot here. Coming through, helping with those speed tiers, gave us that base 94 speed, which I think is the second fastest next to Mimikyu. And I love me some Reboot, man. Gets access to Libero and low tiers, which is really cool. High jump kick, gunk shot, flare blitz, iron head. Does it get iron head? I don't think it's iron head actually, but it does get gunk shot. Did those fairy type mons. Does turn into a poison type as well. Sucker punch for priority, which is really nice, and I don't have to worry about psychic terrain now like I did in my APA season. So that's pretty cool. And I just really like the way Reboot fit in here. Gave me my fire type, so now I got fire grass. All I need is water to finish off that core. And yeah, just really like it. Does give us another weakness to rocks, but hey, heavy duty boots, and it's Gen 8 who brings hazards anyway, right? So next we got another unfortunate rock resist, rock weak mon, and a double typing, but it was worth it. Mrs. Rhyme right here, Mrs. Rhyme. If you guys catched our WPF season 2 run, not season 2, it was like season 4, but it was our second time in WPF. We actually rocked Mr. Rhyme, and it was a beast. It's a beast. It gets nasty plot, the gray scarfer, gets rapid spin with boots, gets the nasty plot like I mentioned, gets really good coverage and ice beam, good coverage and ice beam. Duh, it's an ice type, right? Focus blast, gets psychic size shock, it gets dazzling gleam, it gets energy ball. This thing gets pretty good coverage. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fair, and really excited to see what he can do. Really excited to see what he can do. Really good rapid spinner for the squad as well. We have, as long as your rockers don't have like knockoff, we should be okay, because we can always switch this in on the rocks, spin them away. This thing or the Rotom Frost, I know both my removal are ice types, and that might seem a little bit unappealing, but I think with heavy duty boots it really doesn't damage or harm it as much. Yeah. And we had one last slot on the team, and I'm sorry this has been going on for 20 minutes already, but we have one more mon on the team, and it's going to be one that's going to prove the homie Trico wrong, and it's Cedra, aka Striker. I'm really excited for Cedra in low tier, base 85 speed, base 95 special attack though. Choice specs on this thing, pretty powerful. You know, we can do Eviolite stuff, which is pretty cool. This thing's defense is actually pretty high, so it's pretty nice. It has poison points, so you know, something like a strong physical attacker can take us to the Eviolite. I don't even know what I'm saying. meant to say Eviolite will help us with those physical attackers, and we have Poison Point to damage those physical attackers if we need to. Cedra also gets some pretty cool coverage on like Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon. So this thing can be pretty cool. And keep an eye out. We might bring it week 1. So yeah, that's gonna tie up the whole ICP team. You guys see them all right here. Beautiful squad. Let me know who's your favorite and who you think is going to be putting in the most work this season. Let me know what you think about the intro. Let me know what y'all think about the outro. And yeah, guys, that's going to be all. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your guys' day to check out this draft analysis. Hopefully we can go back to back and win us another chip in the ICP, which would be amazing. But yeah, that's going to be all. I'm gonna catch you folks later. Peace.